You know, the Snake River, as soon as you let down your guard, it'll bite you. I got bit. I got bit. Yukon, baby! Woo! So I just got dropped off by a float plane here in the remote northeastern Yukon territories of northern Canada. This is the most remote I've ever been in my entire life, on the longest solo trip I've ever done to date. By the end of it all, it's going to be the most northern I've ever been in my entire life. I'm absolutely extremely excited to be out here, but I'm also extremely apprehensive. It's going to be a challenging, difficult trip, but I know with these challenges comes growth, and I'm really excited to see how I come out on the other end of this one. Hopefully relatively unscathed and in one piece. This is the Yukon, and over the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be paddling the Snake River down to the Peel. Let's set up camp, eat some food, and buckle in for the remainder of this trip. This is grizzly territory. So I got my 12 gauge here, as well as some bear spray, and then bear bangers, which are in my bag, which should be out. Bear bangers, first line of defense, second line of defense, just in case. It's getting kind of late, though the sun doesn't set here till like midnight, so ample amounts of sun. But do I want to hike? Or do I want to fish? Fish. Probably already have a fish now if I use a spinning rod. Look at how clean that is. Amazing. It's only about 8:30, but I'm absolutely exhausted. The sun doesn't really set around here. I think it goes down around midnight, maybe a little later. There's a lot I want to do around here, including doing some hikes, fishing, and I gotta portage all my gear 2 kilometers over into the Snake River that way. That's gonna have to wait till tomorrow because I'm absolutely pooped. So I think the best thing to do for me right now is crawl into that tent and go to sleep. So I'm gonna do that now. Good night, guys. Good morning, everyone. I slept really well. The sun didn't set whatsoever. I think it was around 2 a.m. that it was a little darker, but still very bright out. Anyways, let's start the day. Lots to do. Before we get going on the day, I just want to thank today's video sponsor, because without sponsors, this video would not be a reality. So huge shout out to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. For those of you who don't know my story, I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. I'm sober 3.5, coming up on 4 years now. Since my sobriety, I've seen a general upwards trend in the way that I am. I've been happier, I've been healthier, and I'm just in a clear mental state. But about a year ago, I found myself slipping again. I was finding myself in these depleting, negative, depressing, spiraling, ruminating thoughts that I couldn't find myself getting out of. I'm doing a lot better now, and that's due to 2 reasons. The first one was meditation. The other one I haven't talked about, but that's therapy through BetterHelp. I signed up for BetterHelp because of a sponsored segment similar to this one, and that's when I was matched with a professional therapist who I was able to talk with immediately and actually found relief because I was able to talk with them about my problems, and they had years of experience dealing with people just like my own and struggles just as my own, so they're able to help me talk through my stuff. And I found relief immediately. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you unbiased, helpful advice. You go to their website and you answer a few questions and you'll be matched with a therapist, usually within 48 hours, so you can get started right away. You can chat with your therapist through messaging, through phone calls, or video chat, which was my personal favorite. Let BetterHelp connect you with a licensed therapist who is trained to support you. Use betterhelp.com/XanderBudnick or select Xander Budnick when you sign up and you'll get a special discount on your first month. Honestly guys, therapy has been a huge component in my recovery and ultimately the happy-go-lucky mental state that I'm in today. If you find yourself struggling out there or you just need somebody to talk to, there's no better place to do that than through BetterHelp. Thanks BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and let's get on climbing some mountains. It's starting to rain and visibility is low. I'm still gonna climb with the hopes that the mountain clears up. I believe these are a type of cranberry. But I'm not sure. I don't believe there's any poisonous berries around here, but I didn't do my research, so I probably shouldn't be eating them. So the Mackenzie Mountains is the mountain range that the Snake River runs down, or in between rather. The Mackenzies are renowned for their world-class hiking. So during this trip I'm gonna be doing lots of little hikes. The only problem is I'm out of shape. Whew. There's a bunch of different types of wildlife I'd love to see on this trip. Moose, caribou, Dall sheep, and even the grizzlies. From afar, however. I brought my binos to scout it all out. Be quite happy if I saw any wildlife. There's my canoe. There's my tent. And right there is the snake. I just spotted some wildlife all the way down on the snake. Nice. I got him. That's gotta be a moose and a calf. Could be a caribou. Dirt snow. So getting a good look downriver. Dual Lakes is right here. I'm putting in over on the other side of this mountain, but this is looking downstream and I see the first canyon. The walls look quite massive and apparently it's really tough. Lots of bends, lots of sharp turns, class 2, class 3s. Flew over on the plane on the ride here. Got my first glance of it. That was the moment I got extremely excited because I've been looking at topo maps and aerial satellite imagery of this place for the last couple weeks. So see it in person got me really stoked. Well, I made it to the top and it's absolutely beautiful up here. It's funny because I was thinking when I started the hike, I'm like, oh, 3 hours, easy round trip. But so far, just to get to the top, it's been over 4 hours. I took my time, I sat around, enjoyed the view, looked for animals, and just had an amazing time. That being said, it's gonna take me quite a while to get back down, and it's 2:45. Chances of me doing that portage onto the Snake River are 0. So I'm gonna enjoy the long way down. Duo Lakes is just behind this mountain. Head back to camp and cook some food. It would be pretty easy to go up and around and climb this guy. Though I made the critical error of not bringing any lunch. I've been eating bars, I've had 3 already, but that just doesn't quite cut it. It'd be pretty easy to climb that, to be honest, but I think that I'm gonna have to skip it today. Can't believe all the wildflowers in here. It's incredible. What an amazing place. Beautiful hike. Awesome day. Life is good. Let's get home to eat. Home. The middle of the wilderness. What's cool is that these are some of the tributaries that flow into Duo Lakes, which flow out into the Bonnet Plume, which flow to the Peel River, which flows out into the Bering Sea and the Arctic. I can't help myself. That's amazing. My big fear with drinking strange water is the parasite Giardia. Though with Giardia, it doesn't hit you for 10 days to 2 weeks. So that'll give me time to get out of here. Though I did just remember that the pilot, Adam, he said that he drinks Duo Lakes water all the time. So if this is a tributary of Duo Lakes, this water is probably fine. If I start getting really sick on day 10, 12, 14, it's probably from drinking this water. So that 3-hour round trip actually took 9 hours. Okay. It's time. Pizza time. Can't believe I've made it 24 hours into a trip and still haven't had a pizza yet. What's up? Today's the day for one. Plan to eat 3 of these, then figure out my plan for tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait for this. God. Feels pretty good to have climbed that today. And that part's not even the summit. Summit's way further. Got a little bit of snow up there is where we ate some earlier. And that was like 2/3 of the way up. That was a full day. Lots of fun. That was an awesome day. The hike obviously took 3 times longer than I expected. But well worth it. This is an amazing place to be, and the hiking is incredible. So I might dabble in some more of that tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna go to bed, so I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning everyone. It's another day. I had a great night's sleep, but it's raining. It's been continuously raining through the night, and I'm just kind of waiting for it to hopefully end at some point so I can start my day, but who knows, it might keep up. I'm gonna get a weather report and make my day decision from there. I have 13 days till my float plane comes, so I got lots of time. And the upper reaches of this river are the most beautiful, so I hope to spend as much time up here as possible. So we might stay here one more day, especially because this rain is making me not want to leave. Well, it's not a great day for hiking, but it is a good day for portage, and so I decided I'm gonna pack up all my stuff, make the 2-kilometer hike into the Snake River, and start the second leg. Oh, I guess the next leg of this journey. Woo! It's gonna take all day, but might as well do it today. Well, it sure as heck turned into a nice day for hiking, but we're already packed up, so let's get on and moving. The old triple carry. Don't mind it though, it's a nice portage. This could very well be one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. There's the mountain I climbed yesterday. So cool. Just a short 9-hour hike. I'm sure some of you guys out there could have done that in like 2. There's some extraordinary humans out there. The water levels were great yesterday, but the thing is it rained for 10, 11 hours last night, so guarantee the river went up a few inches and the flow will be a little bit more aggressive, which is a little concerning considering this next 10-kilometer stretch of rapids, this first stretch of river rather, is moving quick water current into a class 2, class 3 canyon. And apparently the canyon has some rapids that just push you right into cliff faces, and it's hard to avoid the walls. And I've heard stories of some people who passed through here recently that they lost their canoe for 3 kilometers and they had to go swimming after it near the end of the trip for them. So a little concerned, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's about to pour rain, so I'm gonna be here for about an hour, maybe a bit, getting my stuff together. So I'm gonna set up a tarp so I'm a little bit more comfortable. So on the portage, the screw came off the bail on my fishing rod. So fishing rod is useless now, unfortunately. But I have my fly rod, which is usable, but definitely not as good as the spinning rod. All right, I'm almost ready to go. Time to put the big camera away. GoPro time. Now the real adventure begins. This is gonna be fun. The water became a lot more murky because of the rain. It was clear about an hour ago. Yeah, baby! We're ripping! Climbed that yesterday. Oh, it almost looked like, oh, a little bit of a strainer, but we'll just stay to the inside. Shallow. Wow, okay. Gotta make sure we're going a little slow here. Honestly, this is wild. We're going so quick. Look how fast we are going in relation to the shore. Probably hard to tell, but let me tell you, this is pushy. Very little eddies, so it's, yeah. Canyon. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna put the drone up, scout it out, and just get ready because we got lots of time left today. So I'm gonna run it. Lean into the rocks. Don't let it go of your paddle. And if I dump, I want to stay with the boat because it's important that I don't lose my boat because it has all my stuff, which is, I need my stuff. All right, let's do this. Oh my God, this is great. Here comes the first wall. Whoa. Woo. That last wall there is where everybody gets swept into, so. Whoa! You don't want to touch those rocks either, they're jagged. Woohoo! All right, final corner. I'd say that was about a class 2 plus. Not quite a class 3 at these levels, but quite technical and lots of fun. Oh, nice. Woo! This is Reptile Creek. This is where we're camping for the night. Woo! I have a feeling this water's moving way too fast to fly fish, but we're gonna do it anyways. That was an incredible day. That portage went smoother than I expected. 2 kilometers, triple carried. It was beautiful. Got it done in 3 hours, maybe a little longer. And then jumping right into this this fast flow on the snake. It was the right amount of challenge. It was not too difficult, but it wasn't easy either. It was just lots and lots of fun. Dehydrated chili, rehydrated. Nice. So this is what we did so far. Flew into Duo Lakes, and I was camped out somewhere on the side here. And then yesterday I climbed this basically straight up, and I circled back down, around through this valley, down that river here. And then today ported, and then ran all this. Here's that canyon. Some satellite imagery. That's that wall that like people get swept up against. Anyways, we're here at Reptile Creek, and I have it marked that there's a, what do you call it, a hike up here. So I'm just scouting with my binos to see the best way up. Maybe I can go up that. I don't know. I don't really want to go for a swim, but I know how it's gonna make me feel. It's gonna be good, so I'm gonna do it anyways.
No! You're a man, Xander! You can do it!
Woo! Woo! Yeah, it was worth it. Worth it. Unbelievable day. But I'm exhausted. Still lots to do tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So I'm going to bed. See you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I slept pretty well. Rained quite a bit last night. Woo. Oh, so it's probably pretty wet outside. Let's start the day. Woo.
I don't think my underwear dried last night.
Pre-making wraps for lunch today, so I don't have to do it later. All right, the plan for this morning, climb up that, either part way, all the way. We'll figure it out when we get into it. Let's do it. I was just pondering on why I feel so at peace when I come out into nature. And I think when you look around these beautiful places, every part of this land tells its own story. From the large scale mountains and rivers that carve these valleys over the course of hundreds, thousands, millions of years, down to the day-to-day weather patterns and growth and life and movement of animals. Every inch of this place tells a story. And you can just look around at the complexity and chaos of this land, and it just sparks the imagination. All right, according to my GPS, we've made it about halfway up the mountain, though we've reached this scree field, and it's kind of chossy, not very fun to clamber on. I think this is where my journey for the day ends. I'm gonna go park over here, eat some lunch, and just enjoy the view, and then maybe start heading down in a little bit. But it was a nice little hike. Not a terrible place to have lunch. There's the canyon down there with that one really tight corner. Beautiful view, but I think I'm gonna start heading down. This looks like rain, and I think I'm gonna move camp today. There's some good old fashioned grizzly poo. Looks like they've been getting into some berries. Whew. Nice little reminder. Grizzlies. I guess they come up all the way up here. Is this what those bears are eating? I don't know what this is called, but I don't know, some sort of red berry. Is that a blueberry? Could be. A little early though. Alright, I just found an animal trail running beside the river. This is awesome because it's head back to camp. The only issue with this is the perfect place to run into a grizzly. So I gotta make a lot of noise! I'm not afraid of seeing a bear from afar, but like apparently most grizzlies, they'll just kind of do their own thing as long as you don't spook them. The issue is when you spook them and they're with cubs, especially, and they gotta be pretty defensive, so don't want to spook a grizzly. Hello! Hey bear! Whoa bear! Descended, bear. Go to the woods, they say. It'll be fun. Made it back to camp. 4.5 hours round trip. That was longer than I expected. So the plan, I'm gonna get packed up. I'm gonna head down river and find a new camp. This is where that silty stream here mixing with the snake. Woo! Woo! It's an MRE type of evening. This one is Mexican style rice and beans. These sound so good. Honey mustard and onion pretzel nuggets. Yes, please. Yup. Oof, oof. Look at the smoke coming out of that thing. Wow, this has just been like existing as like a moist food for however long this has been packaged. Last but not least, first strike. It has artificial color, including red 40, tocopherol, and it has fentanyl. What? I wonder why it's so good. That was a great day today. Fun little hike. Great little paddle. By little paddle, I mean we made it like 20 kilometers with that current. It's insane how fast you can go when the river is running as fast as it is. Anyways, I'm pretty pooped. It's only 7:30, but it was a big day. I'm gonna do a little hike here tomorrow. It's the name of the game. It's paddle hike, paddle hike, paddle hike. And of course fish. We're gonna catch a fish on this trip. Guaranteed. Anyways, I'm going to sleep, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, everyone. Took me a while to fall asleep, but when I finally did, it was the best sleep I had all night. All right, let's go over another hike. There's a pond up here that's marked on the map as being particularly beautiful, so let's go look at the beautiful pond. Looks like the sky's clearing up. Well, at least the rain stopped. Got a better look at the mountains around here. I'm really hoping to spot some wildlife today. What an interesting place. So I hope to see caribou, Dall sheep, or moose. That'd be incredible. So I'm being very quiet, sneaking through these woods. The issue being that grizzlies are also wildlife, and I hope not to sneak up on a grizzly and spook it, because those are the times people get mauled, when they scare grizzlies and they don't know you're there, especially if they have cubs. Okay, it works. Yeah, the instructions on the bear mace says don't test in the place in which you might use it, I guess because it can condition the bears to the scent of the bear mace. Though I figured I gotta test it anyways, because I gotta know what I have on me, just in case I need to use it. Caribou. Also, the benefit of this area, there doesn't seem to be any berries, any food for the grizzlies. There's lots of reindeer lichen. All this white stuff, that's caribou food. I've eaten it before, it's pretty nasty. What a peaceful little place. Would you believe me if I said the air smelled really fresh out here? It's wonderful. It's like spruce. It's like alpine spruce air. It's fresh. Back at camp, I guess a grizzly came through here a while ago. Water levels have definitely gone up since yesterday. This was out of the water, and you can tell from all the rain the water's a lot murkier, so I don't know what that means. We just continue, we go forward as always. Next up, Milky Creek. Yay! That might be McDonald Mountain. And McDonald Mountain is the highest mountain in the Mackenzie Mountains. And the Mackenzie Mountains being this range that I'm in. I wish the clouds would clear up. Anyways, we're gonna go hiking around that tomorrow. Maybe even later today if we have enough time. That's the plan for the next few days, is spend some time in this area, hiking around Mount McDonald. It's been raining for the entire trip. At least it feels like it. There's a grizzly. Maybe a small one? I don't know. Well, we're setting up camp here anyways, so hopefully it's old. This'll do. I'm gonna go lay down in my tent though, because I'm sleepy. I've just been napping for the last hour, 2 hours. I'm feeling pretty beat. It's 5:20 now, so yeah, I guess the plan for the rest of the day is just hang out and recuperate. Tomorrow I'm gonna go on a big hike. In fact, I think I'm gonna pack up to spend the night away from my canoe. I'm gonna hike one of these trails. I'm not actually sure if there's a trail or not, but I'm gonna hike towards Mackenzie Mountain and spend the night in the back country. I guess the back country. All right, we're gonna give fishing a go. These are all gifted to me by Eco Row on Instagram. Thank you, Eco Row. Really appreciate that. And I feel like I haven't really done any of these lures justice yet. I've had very little luck fishing. Something eat it, please. If anything eats any of my lures, it's a miracle. I feel like I need to be further out there. There's fly fishermen out there just cringing at everything that I'm doing. You can't even see anything. How are these fish supposed to be eating any of these lures when they can't see it? Stir it up, bum, bum, bum. Little darling, stir it up. Welcome to my mess. I've just cooked up some dinner. Rehydrated chicken Alfredo, and on the bag it says it's from 2003. Also made myself a hot chocolate. At the same time, kind of getting packed for tomorrow's trip. And just chilling, just really taking in the view. It's beautiful to be out here. Day 5, I'm in the swing of things. Though I must say, it still feels like I just got here. This is a very new place to me. But yeah, living la vida loca. Yeah, as Ricky Martin always says. This is extremely bland. And hot. Woo. I see a lot of sheep trails, but I don't see any sheep. "9:15, this is the latest I've been in bed. Sun's still up and it'll be up for the remainder of the trip. The sun sets at 12, but I've woken up at 2 a.m. and it's still quite bright out. And the sun rises at 4 a.m. so it's nothing but light. Anyways, I'm going to bed and gonna get up, go for a hike tomorrow. Should be fun. Hopefully we have good weather like today. See you guys tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, everyone. I slept great. It's like 7:30. Let's start the day. Looks like a beautiful one out there. All right, there we go. 6 wraps done for today's lunch and tomorrow. So the plan for today is to hike, I believe it's that one, and camp up there tonight. Apparently it has an amazing view of Mount McDonald, which we can't see right now, but we had a glimpse of it yesterday. I don't know if there's gonna be any water up there. There could be some streams and stuff, but I can't really bank on it, so I'm gonna filter some water. I'm gonna bring these 2, and I'm gonna probably fill this half. Oh my god, this is gonna be so heavy. 30, 40 pounds. 50 pounds. 60 pounds. All right, canoe's all packed. It's not the best pack job, but we don't have to go too far, maybe about a kilometer downstream. I could have started hiking from here, but you know what? Might just be a little bit easier from over there. So, yeah, time to get on the water. Short paddle. Get on a hiking. You can already tell the water levels have gone down since yesterday. It's crazy how quickly the water changes around here with just the fluctuation of the rains. This is Milky Creek. Quite obvious why they call it that. But does it taste like milk? No, like dirt. This would be a great place to camp. Awesome view. Problem is the mountain continues higher, so we're not done yet. I'm gonna keep going up, and then if there isn't anywhere great to camp up there, we'll come back here. And I don't want to leave my stuff either, just in case there is a great spot up there. So we continue. I'm so glad I held off on camping down there, because check it out. Absolutely perfect with the view. And we can climb the rest a little later, but let's set up camp down there. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. This is epic. Not a word I use too often, but this is epic. Tonight for dinner, beef stroganoff, hot chocolate. Yeah, baby. Whoa, that was fast. Didn't even need to go into a boil because this water's already been filtered. It took me all day to get up here. That pack was not light. Worth it though. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. It's funny because I thought that was McDonald Mountain, and then I thought that was McDonald Mountain. Now I'm starting to think it's that's McDonald Mountain. I don't know. Maybe I'm on McDonald Mountain. Kind of hazy, and the overcast makes the lighting a little bit more flat and dull, so the place doesn't look as epic or as grand as it once did. Before there was all that variable lighting, and the contrast really brought out the depth and scale of this place. This big patch of white down here is actually a glacier, so I guess that might be Mackenzie Mountain right there. I was thinking about going there tomorrow. I brought some extra food so I can stay here for 2 nights if I want to. I'll be out of water in the morning, but there's creeks and the glacier is obviously made of water. So I was thinking, why not try to camp there tomorrow? But we'll see. We'll save that for tomorrow. At least that decision, because I'm pretty pooped. It was a haul getting up here. Great day, cool place to be, good night. I'm tired. It sounds like the rain's coming down too. Good night, guys. See ya tomorrow. Oh, I stink. Whoa. Good morning, everyone. It's day 7 of 15. So basically halfway through the trip, and I'm only 50 kilometers down the river of the total of 300. So I'm halfway through the trip and I've only made 1/6 the distance. I'm a bit behind. So I'm still gonna continue to hike today. I'm gonna go down that glacier, but that'll bring us to day 8 by the time we get back to our boat, which means we're gonna have to step it up afterwards and cover some ground, because the plane comes when it comes, and we're gonna have to paddle hard to get out of here. About 300 milliliters of water. So I guess that's my priority, go get some water. Well, I gotta finish climbing this mountain, and then hopefully we can like skirt around and then make our way down to the glacier somehow. I believe there's a river down here. That's the plan. Hopefully it works. Best case scenario, it's easy, effortless, and I keep the elevation. Worst case scenario, I die of dehydration or fall off a cliff and die. Much lighter than yesterday. Nice. Almost at the top here, and I was looking at this slope. I think I can take that all the way down and then cut across and up. It'll be pretty chossy. Like, this is all scree. But I'll just go slow basically like hop on my butt. And the benefit too is I can see the entire slope from here, and there's no random cliffs that I can't see. Versus if I just like look straight down. Doesn't mean there's not going to be other complications when I get down there though. It's a caribou antler. I don't know what it's doing all the way up here. Found an even better way down that ledge, and then we can cut across here and up. Lots of dull sheep tracks, but I can't find any sheep. I would love to see one. Yeah, I might as well chill up here for a little bit. Just observe the area, because I don't think it'll take me too long to get to the glacier, maybe 2 to 3 hours. And obviously I want to explore that area, but I don't want to be there too long. Plus I'm up high. It took me forever to get up here. Might as well enjoy it. Making my way down mountain, walking slow, Screefield slide as I'm glacier bound. And I want you, and I miss you. So as clean and refreshing as that water looks, I'm still gonna filter it. I have the technology, and well, there's some fresh caribou or moose droppings right there. So there could very well be fresh poop somewhere upstream. Might as well filter the water. But oh my God, that looks like nice water. I'm gonna get a little wet. Why not? All right, great. I got 6 liters of water here, which is an absolute ton to be hauling right now, considering we still have some elevation we have to gain. But this should be good for today and to tomorrow. And this creek right here is extremely clear. And I know Milky Creek is over here, and I think a lot of the runoff from the glacier is pretty mineral rich and sedimenty. So it probably won't filter as nice as this beautiful creek right here. So lots of delicious, clean, filtered spring water to sustain us for a while. I'm gonna pack up. Let's get on to going. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was the most delicious water I've ever had. And given the fact that it was the most deliciously cool, refreshing temperature, so good. Well, we just crossed over Old McDonald's Man Milk Creek, and we're getting pretty close to the glacier. I think I got another hill to climb, and then might have a good place for a camp. But oh my God, is it ever beautiful in here. It's taken me 4 hours to get here. I've been going slow, taking lots of breaks, but wow. I think I found camp. I looked up there and it was beautiful, but honestly it'd be pretty hard pressed to find a better campsite than this spot. Very nice. Set up a tent, lay down for 20 minutes, go check out the glacier, come back, eat some dinner, put up the drone. We're in paradise! Worth every aching step to get up here. So I think I'm gonna take a little snooze, and then in a little bit we'll hike over to the glacier. What an awesome tent site. I'm just gonna have to be super aware of which side I get out of the tent to take a whiz in the middle of the night. The right side, of course. Left side. I don't know, I'll figure it out later. Look at that little pond. I mean, that'd be perfect drinking water right there. But what's the fun of that when you could haul it up a mountain? When I was in Whitehorse, getting ready for this trip, Whitehorse being the capital of the Yukon, I was walking down the street and some older guy was approaching me, and as we passed, he's like, "I wish I walked like you." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he proceeded to tell me about his injury of his foot or his ankle, or honestly, I don't quite remember the injury, but he was going on about how you shouldn't take things for granted, and that one little thing can happen, and I say, no, you lose use of one of your limbs and you just don't walk right. And if I were to injure myself in any way, I wouldn't be able to do these things. So I'm just very grateful for the way my body functions. Ah, yes. Ah, fresh Old McDonald man milk, straight from his bosom. Ah, glorious!
That's good. Yeah, that's really good.
My question is, at which point do you take the rocks out of your shoe? Is it A, immediately, B, when a lot of rocks accumulate, C, when you're about to throw a temper tantrum, or D, never? If you answer D, you are correct. I have a lot of rocks in my shoe right now, and they've been accumulating for days, but I'm a man, so I leave them in.
Day 7 of a 15-day trip. I am thoroughly enjoying this. I'm completely destimulated. I've been sitting here for 30 minutes just staring. By destimulated, I mean I'm away from the internet, social media, and all those societal addictions that I have. I find when I'm at home I'm so ADHD, but out here it's just you can just take things way slower. I knew the hiking would be good on this trip, but I didn't know it'd be this good. This is phenomenal. Time for bed.
Awesome day, wonderful hiking, but it's probably best to get back to the boat and cover some ground. We've done 1/6 of the trip in half the time, so we got to start covering ground. But we'll worry about that tomorrow. So good night, everyone. See you then. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Old McDonald.
Last night I accidentally knocked over a whole pot's worth of water, so I have to come drink this beautiful Yukon spring water instead. weak coffee today. Didn't pack coffee for 2 days, so. But then again, yesterday's coffee was really strong, so. Whoa, that's light. All right, it's 9:30 now. I debated briefly if I wanted to hike up there, but my legs are telling me no. So I'm gonna head back and get back on the water. 4 hours later, finally back at the river. This is where Milky Creek meets the Snake. So cool. Back at the canoe, just getting organized, transferring stuff over from one bag to the other, drying things off, getting some juice with the solar panel, got some water. Honestly, just feeling really good because I just jumped in the water, getting all that disgusting sweat that's been accumulating on me for the last 2 days hiking up the mountains. But yeah, feeling pretty good to get organized. Gonna get back on the water real soon. Just got to do a couple more things and then yeah, back in the canoe, baby. I'm stoked. Oh, not so graceful. Oh my God, it feels good to be back on the water. Not slogging heavy bags through the brush up the mountain. Whew. Goodbye, Old MacDonald. You never found out if Old MacDonald had a farm? E-I-E-I-O. Okay. Oh, there's the fire. This is the second fire we've had on this entire trip, and this is day 8. Bunny pasta with yummy sauce. If that felt like a short day to you guys, let me tell you, it was not. I didn't film any of my departure out of the mountains the entire 4 hours, and it was strenuous. And then I paddled about 10 kilometers down the Snake to where I am now. I'm pooped. These days are catching up with me. I haven't had a full-blown rest day at all, and I think I've hiked every single day that I've been out on this trip so far. I'm tired. I'm feeling it. But I think the hardest part of this trip so far has been the perpetual sun. It's never going down, so when I get in my tent to go to bed, it's like just bright. So I put my face mask on and close my eyes, but you know, you just sense the lingering presence of light, and it's hard for your internal clock to, you know, to just shut down and go to sleep. But we're coming up to a section of the river called the S Bend. Should be there tomorrow. That'll mark about the halfway point of the mountains. And then after the mountains, it's 150 kilometers. So that'll be about the quarter way point. And in the S Bend, there will be rapids again. Not just these swifts that we've been ripping through the last couple days, but actual rapids, 1s, 2s, and even a class 3 canyon, which I hope to run, but we'll see when we get there. It could be too tough. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It is so good. Yeah. So I hear the lower section of this river is absolutely garbage for fishing. And I'm not fully convinced that I want to be skunked on this trip. So I'm gonna give it the old college try. I can't confirm, but that mountain way back there, I think it's the mountain that we climbed on day 2, meaning we haven't gone very far. Well, it was a good one. Lots of fun hiking, glad to be back on the water. Got a lot of ground to cover, so time to get after it tomorrow. But for now, sleep. See you guys tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, everyone. Today is day 9. That's crazy. I can't believe it's day 9 already. Where's the time gone? Anyways, the goal for today is to make some miles. I hope to make it to the S Bend, maybe get a little bit into it. How far away is that? It's like 40 kilometers maybe? Shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, that's the goal. Looks like a beautiful day outside. The sun is getting to me. Getting to me. Enough. Another bright sunny day. This has been an awesome trip. I think the two things though that have been the hardest part of this trip so far are the lack of friends and family. I find I'm definitely a social creature. I love people. I do enjoy alone time. I definitely do. But when it's extended out like this, you know, I've been out here for over a week now. I constantly find myself picturing myself with other people out here. Like, what it'd be like to bring some of my friends, my family, how much they would enjoy it, and how much it would be fun to share some of these experiences with them. And so I would, you know, the loneliness is definitely a factor. And the other one is the incessant sun. That thing has just been beating down constantly this entire trip. There's no break from it. And it kind of wears you out. Like, the sun doesn't go down till midnight, and then it's only barely down. It's still bright out. It comes right back up at 4. So it's hard to fall asleep. You gotta cover your eyes with a ton of stuff. And even that, you could feel its presence. Oh my God, it's so hot. It's just really hot out, so I've just been hanging out in my underwear. It's really comfortable, though I just realized how unflattering these brown underwear are. You know, especially when they used to be white. Wow, does a quick dip ever make you feel human again? I'm about ready to go. There's 2 1s and 2 0s on my clock. So it's getting close to midday and I have not much to say about it. But I do have something to say about how I got here. I flew with Air North, which is the Yukon based flight airline. And they let me bring 4 bags on the airline with me for like $100 extra charge. Like it was nothing. I thought I was gonna be spending like $500–600. Great, lovely flight. But yeah, my time in Whitehorse was great. I spent 2 nights and that's when I met up with the outfitter, which was Up North Adventures. They really hooked me up. They made this trip so much easier than I expected it to be. They had the boats I needed, they had the spray deck, they let me outfit the canoe with knee pads, knee straps, D-rings. They let me put my custom canoe thwart in there, which allows me to film from the boat. Everything was in excellent condition, and yeah, being able to outfit the boat right there on their property was awesome. Everybody was so friendly. Well, I was also able to get some last minute supplies, including some gas, which you can't bring on airlines, bear spray, same deal, got some extra food, and then I picked up this paddle just because, yeah, it's pretty nice. They also were my shuttle from Whitehorse, which is the capital where I flew into, up to Mayo, where I took the float plane back to Dual Lakes to start this trip. So Up North are the guys to work with if you're coming to the Yukon. I was very happy with how they helped me out and got me outfitted for this trip. Without them, yeah, it would be kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. So yeah, I'll definitely be working with them again. No doubt about that. They made this thing straightforward. I really want to see sheep. I really want to see some sheep. Honestly, I believe that one of the most dangerous parts on any one of these trips is using knives or axes, because there's a high chance that you slip up and you cut yourself, and it's really bad. I've heard of so many axe injuries. I only bring an axe when I'm winter camping, and I'm extremely careful with them. I've heard of people slipping all the time, hitting their shins or just like cutting themselves. It's common. And with these knives, like, you can just slip up and slice a finger and bleed a ton. Or so yeah, this part of any trip, I'm just like, I slow down and I'm aware. I've also heard of people swatting flies and hitting themselves and cutting themselves when they have a knife. So they're just like cutting, go to hit a fly, not paying attention to the knife. Super common. So when you're using knives and axes in the woods, slow down, think. Okay, I thought this was done. I thought there would be like 2 little drops, but okay. That one's gonna be saucy. Good. Back on our way. So we're coming up to the S bend of the Snake River. This section, it hooks east for about 10 kilometers, then heads back north. And through this section, it's much more of a valley. The walls are steeper, more mountainous, and therefore the river gets a little bit more squirrely. Class 2s, continuous Class 2s, and then there's a Class 3 canyon. So I think I'm gonna call it right about now.
before we get into the rapid section, because I want to get everything tied down. I want to get my dry suit on and everything to run that section. So I'll leave that for tomorrow and call camp pretty soon, even though it's quite early. Nice, this is a little different. I'm gonna like camping here. Oh, oh, woo. Yeah, I'm alive. All right, we're about to get back into the rapids. We're 100K into the trip of 300 kilometers, and we have 6 days remaining. One of those days is the day we get picked up, so that's not really a travel day. We get picked up by a float plane first thing in the morning, so we have 5 travel days to do 200% of the distance that we've already done. It's a lot. It's a lot of trip remaining. Considering we only did 30K today, we have to pick up the pace a little bit. I was looking at this here mountain and I thought about climbing it, not the whole thing obviously, but just up to one of those ridges. But I figured like it's gonna take me like 3 hours to get up there and back. Like these mountains are big. You think you could just bang them off, but no, it takes forever to climb them. And I've been hiking every day for the last 7 days. One of those days was the portage day, but I triple carried that, so that was many kilometers of walking. So I've been getting after her. So I think today is a good day for me to not get after her. Maybe get after him. I don't know, I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna cook some food, chill, relax. I already went for a swim, it was great. And then I'm just gonna enjoy myself around camp because we have some big paddle days ahead. But check this out. So this campsite's been used obviously, maybe even quite recently. There's a fire pit. And check it out, moose shed. Man, that's heavy. Imagine growing this out of your skull. Driftwood. Oh! Adding that horsefly that just bit me to the bundle of fire. Oh no. Oh, poor guy. Well, that's what you get. I know this is the part you all want to see. Or take a bite and go, Pretty good. Always tasty. And today the onions are out. They're actually kind of going a little rancid. I'm still gonna eat them. Don't judge me, please. But yeah, last pizzas for the trip. I'm sure there's some sort of beautiful metaphor in there somewhere. Big day tomorrow. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm going to bed. See you guys tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, everyone. Took me a while to fall asleep, but I eventually did, and got some good rest. So let's get going on today. We've got many kilometers to cover. Oh.
as we always say on this channel, bring on the action.
I've gone a little bit crazy. I just noticed myself talking to myself not 5 minutes ago. I was having a conversation, and I think that's the first sign of insanity. It's day 10, and I've been alone for that long. I miss humans. I mean people. I mean friends and family. I haven't showed you the map yet because the best map's on my phone. Here's Canada. We're up here in the Yukon. And if you take a look, there's the most northern I was earlier this year in Iqaluit, and now we are more northern than we were. Here is our tracking data. So we started here on Dual Lakes. Each flag I marked as a campsite, and we have to make it all the way up to here, which is the Peel River. And it looks like we're almost halfway, but if you zoom in, the river starts to appear, and it hooks up like this and around to then come back to the Peel. So essentially we have to make it just to the Peel. That's where the float plane picks us up. So yeah, through here, lots of rapids, and then once we get to about here, that's the edge of the mountains, and then I hope to finish off that section in 3 days. So ideally, we're kind of like through all the mountains in the next 2 days, and then we finish off this in 3 to get to the Peel. Ole! Do 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 do. Tequila. I don't know if I'm gonna make it very far with these headwinds. They're nasty through here. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I don't think I'm going anywhere. Gonna hit that dead on, and then last minute I'm like, maybe it's a rock. So camped about here last night, all through all that, and then we're coming back north again. So the canyon's just up here. I'm gonna take some stuff out, put it up top, and give it a scout, and see if it's runnable. Looks pretty hectic, to be honest. The issue is it's a sharp left turn, and the current pushes you right into the rocks. So it'd be nice if that boulder wasn't there, but it is. So it's either I go on the inside of that, and I have to make it over because I don't want to be swept into that wall, or that wall as I shoot through. I did see images of this on Google Earth, and I mean, you can only read so much from there. Inside on that one. A little weighted down. Still upright. I think I made that look harder than it was. I
kind of got swept into these rocks a little bit. I couldn't turn my bow before this first set of rocks here. There's a little hole behind it, swamped slightly. That slowed down on my speed, but I maintained control and sloshed my way down the rest of the canyon. It wasn't elegant, but it was effective. And we avoided this billy goat portage. One of my maps marks this as a potential class 3. Maybe it just gets big water sometimes. It looks definitely bigger waves, but it doesn't look too bad. Woo! That is a rock. Well, that was a good day. We did about 40 kilometers, which is great. So we're getting there. We also got through that canyon in one piece. Wasn't the most elegant, but we did it. Whoa! 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 That smells good. What the most devastating part of this whole trip is, I downloaded Dune Part 2 on my phone so I could watch it out here. Awesome movie. But it keeps freezing and not working after like 10 seconds. Ah! Look at this filthy bloodsucker. Give me back my blood. Just going around collecting some sticks. Gonna have a nice little bonfire and hang out for some time. There is some grizzly poo. Needing some berries. Very fibrous dump. Very nice. Looks really old though, so not too concerned. A little wet. It'll burn. Get some of this dry grass. So I checked the map, I only made it 35K today. Still have 160 some odd kilometers to go. 4 days to do that. Okay, so I've been painting a little bit and I'll show you as long as you promise not to laugh at me, okay? I think I like this one better. Look, I got a top hat. Not my finest work. Great day today. Tomorrow we'll be out of the mountains and into the Peel River Plateau. But that's not before we cross another obstacle. We have another class 3 to hit. This one apparently can get pretty big, but not a canyon, so it has that going for it. Also tomorrow there's a apparently a pretty nice hike. Not a long one, but a beautiful one by a waterfall, so I might check that out. That's all for tomorrow, so I'm going to bed. See you in the morning. Can you relax? Why are there bees in here? Good morning, adventurers. The sunny one out there. Should be a good one. Coffee. Minutes after 30 to 10. I think we got about an hour of paddling, maybe a little longer, and then we'll be out of the mountains. Oh my god, it reeks of animal out here. Like it smells so much like caribou. Like fresh animal. By fresh I mean like rancid animal. There's definitely tracks up there. So I have this marked on my map as a really cool waterfall. So I'm gonna go hike up, check it out. So nice. So this is that final class 3. That's a pretty big wave. That's a meter and a half. The route is to come on the inside here and just avoid it. Though that doesn't seem very fun. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride the wave. The only issue though is there's a rock here, so I just gotta make sure I avoid that. So much fun. Those races are so big. When you're in them, it's like, oh, okay, these are big. And it felt like a washing machine a little bit. Oh, so worth it. Oh, good stuff. Fire. Heard a caribou will come through here. cook a steak. Bald eagle will come, take the steak, I'll feed it to a fish. It'll be perfect. The mountains are behind me, the Peel River Plateau ahead. I'm exactly 150 kilometers into this trip, meaning I have the same amount left in only 3 days to do it. I got picked up by my float plane in 4 days, and I have to be at the pickup spot the night before. So 50K a day, days ahead. But I'm looking forward to the grind. It's been an awesome trip. I'm ready to boogie. Yeah, that's cold. I got a message from my dad this morning on my inReach, and he informed me that my grandfather passed away. And this was not a surprise to me. That we knew this was coming. It's been a long time. He's been deteriorating. He was 94. He lived a great life. He had he had 3 kids. He has 10 grandkids, I believe. He left a legacy. And I have his last name, Budnick. I love that man. No matter how I go, whether it's the end of my years or illness or however it may be, I just want to make sure that I lived my life, like fully lived it. I feel like I am doing that. I know that my grandfather's proud of me, and I'm proud of myself. Grandpa, I love you. You'll be missed. You lived a great life, and we're all proud of you. Good morning, campers. We have a bright, beautiful, sunny day as we make our way out of the mountains into the Peel River Plateau. I checked my inReach for the weather, and it sounds like we have a high of 27 degrees Celsius today. That's like a gajillion degrees Fahrenheit. So it's gonna be a warm one. But it should be an enjoyable one. So let's get into it. Well, I messed up pretty bad there. Came around this corner here, punched that hole, which was fine, but then I kept going into this hole, and like I kind of got stuck in it, and then I ended up surfing it all the way down to about here, and then it just grabbed me. And yeah, that was it. That was it for me. Washed down a little bit. Soaked my camera. I think I lost my tripod. Cell phone absolutely soaked. Ego shattered. A little disappointed in myself. I should have been less lackadaisical. It's too bad too, because I was actually filming on my big camera. That camera's dead. I know that. That camera's probably pretty toast. It was underwater for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So that camera's toast. I broke the LCD monitor on my other camera earlier this trip, so both my big cameras are broken. So it's GoPro from here on out. But yeah, I put the old SD card the one that I was filming on, into my other broken camera, looked through the eyepiece. That file's corrupt. So I didn't get footage of my dunk, which is a shame because it was kind of fun. Anyways, I'm all right, a little shattered, but ego shattered, but we're gonna move on. We'll be all right. Found my cell phone, but I don't think it's waterproof. I was surfing for a solid 15 seconds. Like, I was fighting it, and I just couldn't fight it no longer, and it just flipped me. Done got me good, and took my croc. It took my croc. Ah! I just really wanted to clean this lens from the inside. Camera case wasn't perfectly waterproof either. It's a little bit damp down here. Just let it dry a little bit while I eat lunch. I don't have rice, but I do have this chicken Alfredo. And it's dehydrated, so I'm gonna stick my phone in the chicken Alfredo, and I'm also gonna leave this in the sun. Hopefully get that double whammy dry out situation going. Honestly, of that whole situation, the thing I'm most upset about is the fact that the video file is corrupt, in which I was filming on. This river is continuous current. There hasn't been a single section, not a meter stretch, where the water hasn't been moving at full speed. Look at all the poplar. Or at least it looks like poplar. It might be something else, like ash. Is that the same? I don't know, but cool to see. All right, let's dry our stuff out. The case was leaking a little bit, so some of my stuff is wet, but what went in the drink was my old camera body. So I've been using this one for the last few days because my new camera body, this guy, I broke the LCD screen on it, so I'm gonna get this one repaired when I get home, so that's good. This was like the newer, more expensive one. I destroyed the older one. I don't think that one's gonna work, but fortunately the SD cards, they're saved, minus the actual clip of me dumping, which would have been pretty cool to watch. The camera lens that was on the old camera, just, yeah, not great. My cell phone also went in the drink. This was my maps and my GPS. I did bring my backup phone, but this phone doesn't seem to be turning on. I might be able to mend this. But other than that, I lost a croc and my tripod. Oh yeah, and my my self-esteem shattered. No, I'm happy to come out on the other end of that. It could have been a lot worse. Mind you, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but I did destroy a camera and my phone. So that's a bummer. And I lost a croc. So I'm standing in wet feet right now. That's probably the biggest bummer out of it all. I'm just like, wet feet. Ah, got that one. Oh, ow, he bit me. He got me quick. You bastard. You bastard. So we put in here at Dual Lakes. We've been doing all this the last few days. And that class 3 right there is what we ran yesterday. The big wave train, which is a lot of fun. And then I believe, I don't know, we might be up here, or we might be just like right here. I don't know. We might be all the way up there. Anyways, like we only have one place to go, and that's downriver, so I'm not super concerned. I'm just gonna put it in another 9 to 4 or 5 day tomorrow. Ooh, that ain't good. Okay, so the guidebook says, although the white water is behind you, the numerous braided sections often have new channels presenting a fast-paced and sometimes unnerving challenge. Sweepers, logjams, and blind corners on narrow, newly cut channels can intimidate the best of paddlers. Use caution in these parts. Whoops. And also those, did you hear those like squawking today? Those are peregrine falcons. That's pretty cool.
I swear, the water's gotten warmer.
Like when I was in today, it was like kind of nice, you know, it wasn't that shockingly cold.
Yeah, it's definitely nicer. Or the temperature outside is warmer.
Clean all the crevices. Now let's get some of that water to drink out of the water I just washed my body in. Will be my last hot chocolate of the trip.
I need this right now. That's pretty good.
It's pretty dang good. I keep going over in my head how I could have done things differently today. I really messed up. You know, the Snake River, as soon as you let down your guard, it'll bite you. I got bit.
It's only 11 o'clock and the sun's actually setting. When I got here 12 days ago, the sun was setting at midnight. So less daylight hours as we work our way into fall, or at least work our way through the summer months. I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
Good morning, everyone. Tried to sleep in a little bit, but that sun is cooking me alive. It's hot. It's really hot in here. Oh, so let's get up and get going. Ooh.
It's 11:45. This is the latest I've been on the water in many years. So I believe we're right around here. I mean, we started way back here. Anyways, I believe we're somewhere in here, and as you can see, it's all braided. And we got to do all this, and then our destination's like somewhere up over here. I think we got 85-ish kilometers to do in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. Whoa, they look hungry.
So I pulled over to camp here, and it looks really nice. And the main thing I like is it's not rocky, so I can walk around with bare feet because I lost my Crocs. I don't really feel like wearing my wet hikers. But the issue, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and maybe even through the night. So this ground is pretty dirty, so it'll just be mud tomorrow if I stay here. So I think it's best I keep going. Let's find a new spot. Probably on the rocks. It'll be less comfortable, but better when it rains. Not enough big rocks around here. Got the sun shelter up. Now it's time to go for a little splishy splash. Because I checked my inReach and it says the weather is 31 degrees out right now, which is nuts. That's hot. It's really hot. Oh, it's so refreshing. Oh, I could stay in here for another 10 seconds. That's how nice it is. That makes me feel human again, let me tell you. So this is the longest solo trip I've ever done. My last longest one was 12 days long. Today's day 13. My longest canoe trip ever was 13 days, and I ended on day 13. So at this point, I've been out in the wilderness the longest I've ever been. Also, each paddle stroke I paddle north is the furthest north that I've ever been. I was up in Iqaluit earlier this year, and that was as far north as I had been up to that point. But now I'm even further north. I think by the end of it, by the time I'm on the Peel River at Taco Bar, which is the name of the pickup point, I'm like 20 or 30 kilometers short of the Arctic Circle. So we are north. We are north. It's not even that late. It's like 8 o'clock, but those horseflies are really getting to me. I'm pretty pooched from the sun. I'm just gonna crawl into bed, read for a bit, and drift off to sleep, and get into another one tomorrow. So we'll be at the end point tomorrow. Hopefully, hopefully. See you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everyone. I slept great. Good morning, mosquitoes. Last day of paddling. Woo! Let's get into it. Look at all the mosquitoes I killed this morning. I don't know how they got in to the tent, but I just absolutely obliterated like 30 of them in here. Rain's coming down. I don't feel like leaving yet. I'm just gonna hang out and finish my coffee, enjoy myself for a bit. Because it's either I wait here or I wait there. This plane's not coming until tomorrow. I'm gonna start getting dressed just in case stuff starts happening. So rain's not really letting up. I don't really have much choice but to keep moving forward. I gotta make kilometers today. So we're getting back on the water. Having a mid-afternoon coffee, or as they say in England, having another tea.
Paddling's tough today. It's long, windy headwinds. It's just bleak. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty bushed at this point. I'm ready to get out of here. So, I welcome the sight of the Peel River and Taco Bar, our final destination and our pickup point. So we did it. We're coming out onto the Peel now. Our final destination is just ahead. Snake River behind us, we're on the Peel. This river's massive and it's got some good flow to it. I think this is it. Nice. We did it. Well, almost. I gotta get out of here still. Oh, that's so awesome. Got the shelter up, drying some stuff off. The weather's finally cleared just a little bit. I've been in communication with the pilot and they hope to come tomorrow morning if the weather's good and there's a nice weather window. So we'll see. But we're gonna bunker in here for the night. Fingers crossed that the weather's all right. So we get out of here. I can't believe I'm here. I'm sitting at Taco Bar, 300 some odd kilometers behind me. That was an adventure. Let me tell you, oh my God, that was an adventure. What amazing country this was. The mountains, the river, the scenery, the beauty. What a spectacular trip. As excited as I am to leave this place, I know I'm gonna come back. Yukon, it's beautiful, and I'm sure it'll call to me once again. Ready to head out, just a quick night's sleep, and float plane pick up in the morning.
Good morning, everyone. It looks like nice calm weather outside. So I suspect we have a plane inbound in the next little bit. Time to get ready.
I hear the plane. Woo! All right, plane's all packed, canoes all loaded up. That's it for this one. We're heading on out. Hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.